We have a 2-year-old. We have a 13-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 10-year-old. Before we start with Parenting Matters, we were struggling with a lot of disrespectful situations from our kids, and we are a blended family. So that was our main challenge, is learning how to kind of navigate through life now being a blended family. My husband came with 2 kids. I came with my 13-year-old, and we have a 2-year-old together. So it has been very challenging to know how to deal with different personalities and the way that his kids were raised and my kid was raised, and raising our 2-year-old together. So that's where the challenge began.
And just coming from 2 different backgrounds culturally, we needed to figure out a way how to blend them together and actually make them work. Parenting Matter actually helped us a lot with how to take parts of each culture, put them together to make our family function as a family.
There has been a lot of memorable moments since we've been with Parenting Matters, but one of the ones that we really remember is Christmas. They took the time to go to our house and bring us presents for all the kids. And our person that goes to see us, Rosana, she is amazing, and she went out of her way to find out what we were in need of. And financially, we were not in a good place, and that made a huge difference. She made a trip to our house like 2 times because we forgot to tell her a couple of things that we forgot about, and she went out of her way to come to us. And there's a lot of memorable things that she has done for us. And another one was, we were struggling with our 13-year-old one day, and we didn't know how to deal with it. And I text her and ask her, hey, can I talk to you? And she took the time to call us, and she did the call with me and my husband, and she kind of walked us through different situations, scenarios, or how we can respond to the situation. And that's something that I value a lot.
On a play that she invited us to, she actually told us to go as a surprise for the kids. She didn't have to actually invite us, and she actually saved us a seat right next to her. So we were actually with somebody that we knew, because it was at a school that we had nothing to know about. She's become like part of the family.
Something that we're doing different since we started with Parenting Matters is communication. Have been able to communicate better with our kids and learning how to deal with different personalities and different age stages, because we have all that you can get there. So it's just learning how to navigate and how to talk to them. We were both raised so differently, and the culture now is so different, how kids are now being raised up and all that stuff. Like, everything is just so different, that learning how to have a better communication and something that is actually going to be a positive and not like nagging, but actually productive for the child and for us. And learning how to take a time out and say, you know what, I need some space, I need some time, I need to breathe, and I need to get my thoughts together. That has been very helpful to learn how to do that with the kids, because it can get very hectic, between us working and kids and dinner and everything. It's just been so helpful to learn how to communicate. And it's a work in process, of course, but it has been helpful for us.
And not just communicating with the kids, but also communicating with each other, because sometimes all that stress lines up and then we take it out on each other, and sometimes that's not healthy. And we've done it before where we were doing in front of the kids, and Rosana was like, you need to move this away and just do it privately and just have some time to yourself. And it's actually helped us to be like, okay, we're not going to argue here. Let's go take it to the room and do it in private. And we're not going to argue. We're just going to talk about what's going on, and we'll come up with a solution. Then we come out so the kids never see it, so they don't experience that. Like my wife said, it's not just communicating with the kids, but also communicating with each other.
Reach out to Parenting Matters. It actually works. It's not a waste of time. They are very flexible with your schedule. Like, we work all day, and they made a point to figure it out what works best for us and our family. And that was huge for us, because a lot of other places, they're like, no, we're only here from this time to this time, and they don't have the flexibility. And I feel like a lot of people are so afraid to ask, because they're like, well, they're not going to have my time. But Parenting Matters actually took the time to send us somebody that also spoke our language. We speak Spanish as well, so it was important to them to put us with somebody that spoke Spanish. Even though we speak English, it's very helpful that she speaks Spanish too. And they took the time to see, okay, what works best for you. So reach out to Parenting Matters, because they do care and they have the flexibility that you need for your family.
And this is going out to the dads. This doesn't make you weak. Don't be scared to ask for help. Me as a guy, I'm like, oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm a dad, man. Comes naturally. It doesn't make you less of a man to ask, hey, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know what's going on. I need somebody to coach us along and show us how to actually be more that father figure than just someone that they fear and they're scared of. Actually be able to engage in their life a little more. So this going out to the dads, it does not make you weak to ask for help. Rosana actually helped us with seek an answer to a couple problems that were happening between our oldest son and his grandparents. She actually helped us like how to set boundaries, what the boundaries are supposed to look like, because that was something that we were really struggling with. We're like, how do we handle this problem? And Rosana gave us a couple solutions, and we've been able to implement them, and they've actually helped out a lot. They've dealt with so many problems and families and different situations that you're not in this alone. There's somebody else that knows how to handle this, will help you find a solution to whatever problem you're facing.
Yeah, I agree with my husband. She helped us to be a mediator between my parents and us because we didn't have the words, and she was amazing at helping us to kind of say it. So, for anybody that is out there viewing this, there is hope. They have a lot of help, and thank you for the people that organize all of this and make it happen, or the donors, anybody that helps this parenting matters, because it actually does help and does make a difference. And a lot of people don't ask for help because they're afraid of how much is it going to be. I can't afford this, I can't do this. Already in their back of the mind is already saying everybody charges so much for any help nowadays that it's hard to find somebody that actually cares for you. When you're donating, it does make a difference. It does help. And so it pays off. So thank you.